Oh yeah, come closer. If you have an issue with joining or sewing your bustier, this tutorial right here is for you, because I just showed the easiest way, the simplest way, and the fastest way to sew or join your very own bustier. So I'm starting with the back part, and these are the pieces for the back part. The center back and the side back, those are the lining as well. I went ahead to, attach my forcible interface. Now the first thing I went ahead to do was to align the center back and the side back. I did same thing for the lining, and I went ahead to sew. Okay, so you want to make sure you properly align. Take it back to the sewing machine, and I joined. So I took it over to my sewing machine and I joined it. I did same thing for the lining. If you don't know how to cut, if you don't know how to pad your bustier, I have 2 detailed tutorials on how to cut and also how to pad your bustier. Check the link in the description box. Okay, so after joining the center back and the side back together, the next thing I went ahead to do, I did same thing for the lining. I gave it a good press, opened up the seam. I went ahead to align the lining and the main piece together. I secured with my, what's this thing called, fabric clip. I secured with my fabric clip and I joined. So after joining, I flipped it over. After joining, I flipped it over and I gave it a top stitch. So after top stitching, I also gave it a good press. This is what it looks like now. You would want to hold the side, that's the edges, with top stitch, or you can use your hemming gun. I used hemming gum. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to align the 2 pieces of the back part. Okay, I aligned the 2 pieces of the back part together, marked out my zip allowance, and I joined it at the zip allowance. Remember when we were cutting, right? We marked out 1 inch for the zip allowance. So after marking out 1 inch for the zip allowance, I went ahead to give it a good press. And you guys, the back part is ready. The back part of this bustier is ready. Now it is time for the front part. So for the front, these are the pieces for the front part. The next thing I went ahead to do was to align the center front and the side front together. After aligning it together, of course, I'm going to join. But before we go ahead to join, I went ahead to secure it with a pin, okay, with my office pins. You want to make sure that the under bust point is well aligned for both pieces, that for the center front and for the side front. So I secured with my office pin, then I went ahead to sew. So when you are sewing, just sew along the outline that the shape of the bustier has created for you. Okay, that is just the easy way to join your bustier. I did this for the second side of the front piece. Okay, I went ahead to join. I also did same thing for the lining. If you don't know how to pad your bustier, I have a detailed tutorial on how to pad a bustier. Check the link in the description box or the comment section. Okay, so after doing same thing for the main piece and the lining, I went ahead to cut open the seam allowance. You see that under bust point, make sure you also cut it a little bit open, like not very open or small. So after cutting it open and giving the seam a very good press, you want to open up the seam, give it a good press. This is what it looks like after ironing, guys. This is what it looks like. You can see the bustier is already bustiering, if there's any word like that. Okay, so I'm just here showing you guys how the bustier is bustiering. Now the next thing I went ahead to do was to turn the bustier right side facing me. Then I placed the bustier, that's the main piece, and the lining right side together, and I'm just going to go ahead to sew the top. So the next thing I went ahead to do was I took it out to my sewing machine, secured it with my fabric clip, and I joined it at the top. So after joining it at the top, I flipped it over and I top stitched it. All of you that say, Adauju, stop calling it top stitch, it is under stitch. At this point, I don't care. I'm too old to learn something new. You know it's under stitch, but let it be under stitch to you. It is top stitch to me. Thank you very much. Very much before I speak bad English. So now, after top stitching and giving it a good press, look at what the bustier looks like. Like, this bustier gave me joy. It is bustiering and it is neat. You want to make sure that when you're top stitching, when you're sewing, it is neat. So you have a very neat and clean base. Okay, so this is what the bustier looks like after I turned it over. This is what it looks like. I'm still showing you again. Now, the next thing I went ahead to do was to grab the back part, aligned it to the sides of the front part, secure with your clip or your office pin. Me, I used both. Mark out your measurement. And the next thing I went ahead to do was to join it. Now, you want to be very careful when you are joining it so that everything will align properly. You guys know we've already turned the top side already. So I did same thing for the other side. I just went ahead to sew on the line that I've marked out that is my measurement. And guys, this is how to properly join your bustier. Okay, your half cut bustier, your bustier top, your bustier blouse. This is how to join it. Do come back for when I attach maybe a flare, a jumpsuit, a peplon to this bustier. Thanks for watching.